guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I am going to be giving you guys some random tips and tricks to stay productive. I know that school is coming to an end, and whether you feel burned out or whether you feel like you're not obligated to do work, it is still good to live a healthy and productive lifestyle. So I decided to put together some of my tips that have definitely helped me over the past few days, and yeah, let's get right into it. So my first tip is to make sure that your workspace and environment is clean. I know that I've mentioned this so many times in my previous videos, but I feel like it would be worth it again to repeat, and plus my workspace today was very messy, so I needed to clean it anyways. But essentially, reorganizing and cleaning is also very therapeutic. It helps you kind of just release stress and motivates you to actually get things done. My second tip is to find a planning system that actually works for you. So I currently use a lot because I'm so used to planning so many different things, but currently I use a calendar, a bullet journal, and my laptop. I would recommend a calendar if most of the work that you do is at home and if you like things to be in front of you and laid out. And I recommend a bullet journal if you like being creative and putting your own little twist to how you do things, and a laptop if you are more functional and have a lot of online events. Or you can be super extra and use all three just like I do, but honestly I feel like finding the perfect planning system for you will motivate you to actually plan out your day and be successful in it. So the next tip I have is to make goals for yourself. So whether it is as small as buying a materialistic object or as big as hoping to pass an exam, the fact that you have a goal is something that will help motivate you and push yourself to be as productive as you can be. One way you can set goals for yourself is to brainstorm, and I know that usually when we make goals we just search our minds for that one thing that we remembered we had to do, but I think that the key to making goals is brainstorming and connecting all your ideas to find something that you really want to achieve. To plan out my goals, I'm using GitMind, which is a free online mind map maker where you can create, save, and share your own mind maps for educational, creative, or productivity purposes. So there are many templates and designs that you can choose from, like the essay writing process template, which I plan to use for my college essays, and marketing, assignments, data analysis templates. And so I'm personally a huge fan of mind maps. I find them to be very, very beneficial since they help you visualize the connections and ideas that are in your brain, and that helps you discover even more ideas. I found its features very creative as well, like the huge selection of themes that they have, and very easy to use. Right here, I'm actually using the outline section to edit the text for a little bit more efficiency. This is actually incredibly useful if you admire the traditional listing style but want to translate your ideas to a more visual aesthetic. And in brainstorming the goals I want to achieve, I've also added nodes and subnodes, which are the shapes that connect and branch off from each other. I also decided to add a floating node since I had a separate idea that did not involve having to be done over the summer. This helped organize my map a little bit more. And there are also keyboard shortcuts like the tab button for a subnode, which helps you edit your stuff a little bit faster. And to customize my mind map, I changed the font, text style, and color of the node to best fit the idea at hand. For instance, I changed the color of the floating node to red to indicate its importance. So these are only a few of the features. There are so many more that you can do to express creativity, like add comments, change shapes, add icons, unique stickers, emojis, share your file with a link, or even export into various other files and more. So if you're looking to try something new, then I recommend this, and I will link it down below. So the next tip I have is to create a daily routine for yourself. So this doesn't only entail just making a list of what you want to do every day, but also including timestamps, which will help solidify the actual routine. Therefore, you get into the habit of doing it, which is the literal definition of productivity. The next tip that I have is making sure that you use your available resources to make sure that you are spending your time very wisely. For instance, you can go onto virtual volunteering websites where they list opportunities that you can take on, or you can go to EDX and take a free online class if you find learning to be very fun and also enjoy taking notes. But if you don't like either of those and you like entertainment a bit more, then I recommend watching movies that relate to social issues that are going working on. In that way, you can learn through a more engaging and interesting way with visuals and everything. This will help you become productive because now that you are making use of your time and you feel like this is something that will actually benefit you, which it will, then you are more driven to actually make more goals and become more focused on spending your time wisely. I also recommend that you make trackers. Now that it's summer and you have a bit more free time, it's really good to track your progress on so many different things like your sleep or the way you eat, your diet. And this way you can pick up some patterns in your sleep and the other things that you plan on tracking. Locating patterns is actually very beneficial for improving your productivity because now that you see your life is actually measured in front of you, you are able to take your weaknesses and plan out some steps in order to overcome them. For instance, here I am planning out a sleep tracker where I put the days of July vertically on the side and the hours horizontally, so then I can just draw lines to measure out how many hours of sleep I got every day. Sleep is actually something that I've been recently struggling with, so now that I have a tracking method, I can kind of look over and see what days that I've had trouble sleeping and try to retrace my steps and see where I went wrong. For instance, if I continuously get only about a couple hours of sleep, then I will definitely do something to change my daily routine and tailor my schedule to best fit those needs of having to get more sleep. Trackers will also motivate you to actually do the thing that you're tracking. For instance, if you're tracking your skincare routine, your workout routine, or even the free classes that you decided to take, now that you have to track how many times you have done it every day, then you are actually motivated to do the task that you're tracking. So the last tip that I have for you guys is giving yourself an incentive or a reward for accomplishing a very productive task. This can either be something that you can purchase for yourself, or even taking a break and watching something online, or adding on to your very large stationery collection. But essentially, after giving yourself a reward, it's kind of like training your mind that in order to treat yourself, you have to do something productive and very hardworking first. I personally find this very motivating because while I do my work, I always think to myself that I can continue watching my show if I finish what I have to do. And yeah, those were all the tips that I have been implementing ever since school ended. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.